Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition, CmdrAleon. Welcome, everybody, to Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Notice, good evening. Hey, good to have you, Gigi. Protected by God. Welcome, everybody. Kate. This is Encounters, and it's another edition Monday night. We got through Monday. It's now about 11:06 p.m. Gracie, Dawn Marie, Salty Dog, thank you for the likes. Melissa Neal, sometimes it's me. Good to see you, everybody. Coming in here, Rachel, thanks for joining us. Everybody, Lucas Jackson, yo. Sherry B72, everybody coming in here, welcome to the show. And we had a great show last night. I'm still 2 shows behind on my YouTube channel. Rachel, thank you. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and you can watch all our previous shows on there. I do have 2 more shows to put on there. Vincent, good evening. Carly, thank you for joining us. Chad Hall, good to see you. My Light Shines, hey, Susie, good to see you. Lifeguard, welcome. Lorraine, everybody out there, wherever you are. April, good to see you. Blessings, everybody. Excuse me. Still got the lingering cough, but I don't have the cold thing happening. Jenny, welcome. Everybody out there. Bird Kitchen, good to have you all with us. Marinette, good to see you. So hopefully we'll see how many of my moderators are able to stay on till 1 a.m. in the morning. Jesus Loves the, welcome. Magdalena, good to see you. Welcome. Palladium Rainbow, hey. Blue Wednesday, Island Forever. So we're going to wait till we get a couple hundred of our viewers all over the world here. And one thing I forgot to mention last night that's really important, and I want all my viewers all over the United States, because it affects that's being affected here in the U.S. by TikTok with all this stuff going on. Because I have such a big show, I'm going to use my influence here. And I'm going to wait till we get a couple hundred more people, and we get over 400 or 500. I'll mention this thing a little bit more. GF PRS, thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Christian, hello, good to see you. And everybody out here coming in. And I've noticed there is still a lot of activity, orbs and other types of UFO activity happening all over the place. I haven't seen as much posting. Maybe it's me. I just haven't seen a lot of posting. Although I must say I do have some video footage people are sending me. So that's really more important. I'll be showing some of the video footage some of my viewers have been sending me here. Hey, Half Pint, good to see you. Blessings. Lisa Wright, good to see you. You've been looking for me all day. I'm right here. Good to have you. Good to have you with us here. Karen Yosef, good to see you. Thank you for the 2025 Half Pint. We appreciate it. Half Pints up in the Appalachian Mountains. Her and Ray who are connected with the Anunnaki. They've been having contact with the Anunnaki for a long time, ever since I first met them. Ladybug, thank you for the share. We appreciate it. And, we talked a little bit about Valiant Thor last night, about my friend the late Dr. Strange's. And I was just looking at a lot of the different books. And one of the original books by a woman I never met, but my friend Athena met. This book is called On Earth Assignment. If you can find it, it's called On Earth Assignment. And it's by Tuella, the late Tuella. I can't really show it to you, can I? Well, anyway, it's reflecting. Is there a way I can actually show this a little bit to you? There we are. It's called On Earth Assignment, and this is by Tuella. It was published, the first printing. This was published. 1988 this is the first printing in 1988, and this is about the Ashtar Command. And Tuella was one of the first contactees with Ashtar, and her books were all communications with the Ashtar Command. And it's a great book. I have all her books, and they are out of print. You won't be able to find them. That's how out of print they are. You might be able to find them that they're out of print. You might be able to find maybe second or third generation copies. Good to have everybody here. Hey, Maya, Susan Mary, good to see you. Sonia, hey, everybody. Dawn Marie. Yeah, I'd have to turn the green screen off, but I've got so many out of print books from people that were part of the contactee movements of the 60s and 70s that are pretty amazing. And there's a lot we can talk about tonight and a lot of areas we can get into. And one of the things I want to start with is I've been looking at some of the footage that has been sent to me on here. This comes from,
here, I'll get them all.
These are,
Way up in the sky there. There's one there.
This comes from, let me see here, which one is this? This content comes from, let me see. I've been getting a lot of email with a lot of the UFO orb stuff. And let me see, this one here is a video that was sent to me by Melinda. I get stuff quite often here. And I'm just trying to see, this is one video. There's a lot of video footage I'm getting. And welcome everybody to the show. I'm just trying to see what I want to show you here. Because there's quite a bit of activity that has been happening. Let me see if I can find some of this. People have been sending me some pretty interesting things. I got tons of footage here to look at. Well, here's something that was seen in the sunlight, recorded by somebody. I'm not sure if this person recorded it. They might have. This is from back on the 4th. Maybe I'll show this to you guys. This is what appears to be a black orb. Excuse me. Gosh almighty. A black orb. We'll see if we can get some control over this thing here, but welcome to the show. So here's something I want people to do before we really get into things here. I want everybody in the United States, V-Rock, thank you, to do something that most people are not on TikTok doing. Maybe they are doing it. Some of them are doing it. You need to contact every U.S. congressional representative in your state, whatever state you're in. I know how many states are in here right now, people from different states, but if half of the United States is in here, you need to tomorrow morning get on the phone and find out who your U.S. congressional non-representatives are, because as far as I'm concerned, none of these people on earth represent anybody. But I want you to do this because I want to put pressure on these people to speak up against banning TikTok. So what I need people to do is, because I have an influence here as a pretty large program, I'm going to use that influence to ask my brothers and sisters out there all over the United States tomorrow morning or anytime tomorrow, find out what the phone number is in Washington for your congressional representative, man or woman, in Washington, D.C. from your state. Then I want everybody to start a spreading, a domino effect to get other like-minded people in the same state to start doing the same thing. And we need to put pressure on these people and let them know that we are the people. We are 180 million strong human beings. We are the people. 200 people in Congress do not represent 180 million people. And we are the people. And this is where busting the matrix is so important. I don't support political parties. I don't support earth-based governments. But for TikTok, for this particular moment in time, we need to utilize our earth human bodies and call these people up who represent supposedly the states that you live in and tell them you do not represent me. You need to speak out in support of not banning TikTok. That goes for every single U.S. person who's watching my show here tonight. I'm making a statement here. I've been waiting to do this for a while. I've been watching everything. There's a lot of people that are telling people to go here, go there. Don't go anywhere. We're here to stay here. We're here to stand up straight, and we're here to stand here. You know what I mean? I didn't come here to bust the matrix for nothing. So if we're going to bust the matrix, we need to do it as a united front, and we're going to do it together. So if there's any TikTokers out there saying, oh, you got to run over to this one, better go to this app, you better go to that. No, we're not going to any other app. Either you're here to fight, or you're running away and hiding in a closet. And we don't hide in the closet. The commander doesn't hide in the closet. So I want all my brothers and sisters out there, before we really get into things here, to make sure tomorrow morning, spread the word, spread it to 10 friends, 20 friends. Let's spread all the U.S. people in all the U.S. states here, spread it with other people in U.S. states to call their U.S. representative's office tomorrow and get on their cases about why they voted to support a ban on TikTok in Congress. These people need to be held accountable for their actions, and we have to put them on the hot seat. And the same thing goes for the Senate. We need to have you also call your U.S. senatorial representatives, whatever state you live in, spread the word, get the ball rolling. This is going to be what we need to do. Nobody's really doing this, but we need to do this. All of us need to get on the hot seat to get these people on the hot seat, So we have to hold them all accountable. We do. When I talk about busting the matrix, it's liberating the system on this planet. We need to bust the matrix so that they leave TikTok alone, so that we can be creative, so that we can be artists, so we can be painters, so we can be who we wish to be. The fact of the matter is, the fact that we talk about these subjects, about disclosure, about the cover-up on UFOs, and, part of the reason, only probably a good part of the reason they'd want to get rid of this is because we tell you the truth about what's going on in space. We tell you the truth about what's happening. We have people sharing stories about being taken on spaceships. We get into this stuff. We have it live here. These are the things they don't want people to know about, the public to know about. And I know that to be the truth. Man, if you think I was amped up last night, watch out tonight. I'm telling you. We need to stand strong, folks. This platform is going to stay here because we're going to stand up and tell 200 U.S. Congressional representatives in Washington from our states, you need to say something now or else you're going to be thrown out of office. Recall time, and I don't support political parties or anything, that. I just think all I want these people to do is stop the ban on TikTok. I don't care if they're senators or congressional people. They need to stand up and listen to us because they do not control us. We control them. They got it backwards. You see, they think they're there to control us. So they forgot something. We're here to control them, and they got out of control. So now we got to put them in their place, right? So that's my big deal. That's my big thing tonight before we get going here. I just say it the way it is. I've always been one that says it the way it is. I don't care. I just say it the way it is. You know how I'm going to do it. When it comes to disclosure, I say it the way it is. When I talk about the Pentagon, I say it the way it is. When I talk about the cover-ups, I say it the way it is. When I talk about the bases, the military installations in the United States that have multi-level facilities, I say it the way it is and always have said it the way it is. And I'll continue to say it the way it is. And I won't change for anybody. I've already changed. The fact that I came here to planet Earth to liberate the planet is a big deal. you know? So yeah, you want to talk about fired up? We're fired up. I hope you're fired up. I hope you have information. I hope you are willing to stand in your truth, your cosmic truth, your spiritual truth, who you are. Don't get bogged down by earth-based religions or politics or people's agendas. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Thank you for the gift. Son, you seem to like giving me that for some reason. But I'll tell you, that's really what's happening, you know? Hey, Chesno, that's the weirdest thing, Chesno, I've ever seen in my face. You know, you could have a picture of Ashtar, that'd be nice, but no, there you go. I got my apple cider going here. So we're at a pivotal moment here as a planet, as a society, as a culture, as a whatever. Velma, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. You know, there's so much going on right now and so much happening all over our planet. You know, and there's nothing that's going to stop the UFO disclosure from happening. As hard as it's going to be for the people in Washington to tell us the truth about disclosure, they can have it as hard as they want it to be, and the media could, you know, suppress the information. The networks could stop talking about the orbs, but we're not going to stop talking about it here. You're not going to stop presenting your video footage here. You're not going to stop recording wherever you are around the world what's happening near an Air Force base or in a little country village in Europe somewhere. We're going to let you see it here. We're going to let you express it here. We're going to let you tell your story here. You know why? Because that's the right thing to do. Because that's the most important thing like we can do here. From my background in media, the most important thing I can do as a media host and being in radio and TV for many years is to be forthright and straightforward. And if we're forthright and straightforward, then we're going to make a difference. Do you understand? I know you do. You know, we don't have any time for silly games, kid shows, people being, you know, oh, I'm skeptical. Oh, I don't believe this. I don't, you know, there's no time for that anymore. That stuff happened in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. Maybe the early 2000s. You know what I mean? Thank you, Melinda. Lynn, thank you, Melody Lynn. You know, so yeah, we're amped up tonight. And we definitely want to get into knowing your stories. And we're going to continue hearing your stories. And there's plenty the commander has to say as a host of the show. Like I said, I don't always speak. I always listen and ask questions. But you can be guaranteed I've had enough experiences in life in the subject that I can probably write a book. But as I always say, instead of writing the book, I'd rather be a living book and tell the story, and I am the book with many chapters. Some of you know what I mean. Some of you are books. Some of you have had experiences in the cosmic all your lives, and you can probably write a book right now, whether it's 100 or 200 pages about your story from a personal account. I know that to be true. Hey, Peggy, Mr. MBB, good to see you. Everybody out there, Pablo, everybody out there. You know, that's why we do what we do here. That's why we're on here most every night, unless we're sick. That's why we're on here most nights at 11 o'clock, sometimes a little bit later, sometimes a little bit earlier. But we're always consistently here for you for one reason, because you need to know what's really going on. We don't just sit here, you know, twiddling our thumbs talking about a UFO sighting and saying, oh, okay, that's an interesting looking spaceship. It has about 5 bolts on the left side of it, maybe one little window, and maybe there's a light shining through it. If I talked about that all night long, we'd go nowhere. We'd go nowhere. So I've been quite amped up since after I had been sick, had a lot to meditate about, a lot to see, a lot of the energy shift is pretty amazing. We're going through really major energy shifts right now. I don't know if you can feel it, but I'm telling you, man, what's ever going on out there in the universe, it's hitting everybody. And you got to be honest with yourself. You know it's true. Ray said, I saw a UFO. Thank you, Jordan. Ray, when did you see the UFO? And where was it? And what date was the UFO? Deanne, thank you. Yeah, it really is intense acid TV. It really is. Mr. B, MBB says, ears ringing. I've heard people with the ears ringing thing happening. Hey, Jersey for Life, good to see you. Daryl Steele says, I feel it big time. I can certainly understand that, brother. I'm telling you. I feel there are days when I feel completely detached from this planet. I'll have those days when I'll wake up and I feel really connected. And there are days when I feel like, what the heck? I feel so disconnected. I don't know what to do. I feel disconnected from everything. It's just the energies. Everything is going crazy. Loretta says, the age of Aquarius. Hey, BB in Australia, good to see you. I saw a comment on it. Good, Cleo. Amelia, hello. Ray, many years ago. Oh, interesting. Margot McFadden, yes, have been feeling it for some time, sometimes more than others, no question about it. Yeah, it's getting more intense. Hey, Dragon Candy, good evening. No, no one's going to eat us, Matthew. Matthew sounds like a kid. They're going to eat us. Only a kid would say something that crazy. No one's eating anybody. Let's see here. Here now, yes, they do. The space people do walk among us in various parts of the world. They speak many different languages. Yes, we do have space people walking among us. They've been here for a long time. For a long time. Oh yeah, I think everything's shifting. Dimensional shifting. I think we're shifting. It's a vibrational shift. It's a dimensional shift. It's a multi-dimensional shift. Lux to light, yeah. All of that together, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I saw that. Venus next to the moon. Tie hip grandmother. Tie hip. Okay, I got a lot to say. Now, to be on the show, this is the deal. And I want all my moderators that I have quite a few, to be alert of a lot of things here. But you have to be over 18. My background is I'm a professional talk show host on NPR radio for over 21 years doing the Cosmic Eye radio show here in Connecticut. I'm also a contactee, so that started in the 1960s. I've had numerous sightings, hundreds of them since the 60s, of what you call UFOs, what they now call UAPs, or whatever. To me, I just call them spaceships. And I've had 2 large spaceship sightings in the 1980s. So I've got a lot of background in the subject. I'm a C5 activist, and I've been involved in contact with extraterrestrial intelligence using the CmdrAleon app for many, many years. Just to give you some background for new people. Hey, Red Jen, good to see you. We will be combatant. No, we will not. We will be cohabitate. We will cohabitate. I think DJ something. Hey, DJ. Hey, my friend. Haven't seen you in a while, although I thought about you yesterday. Okay. Hey, Wild Idaho. Good to see you. TLC, I feel the same. Starseeds had to get used to the density. Now we are shifting again. Exhausting. It can be. I've met some, I think, here now. Interesting. So the way you identify a space person, if you really see one in the city or in a village or in Europe or wherever, look at their face, look at their complexion, look at their eyes. If you look at the eyes of someone that doesn't look like a normal human being, I mean, they're human, but there's a radiance about them. Their eyes have a certain radiance about them. Their face has a different complexion about them. Then you know you've met a space person walking on the street. It can be in New York, it can be in Paris, it can be London, a small village in Scandinavia. It could be in Iceland somewhere. It can be anywhere. They are here. The space people live amongst us. So look at the complexion and you'll feel a certain energy coming from that person that'll be way different than your regular, whatever a regular human being is. Lavar says I have a ring in my ear right now. Let's see here. And Ray says UFO had no sound. That's definitely a non-terrestrial type craft. If it has no sound, that's definitely not one of ours. Let's see here. Lux the light. It was small, floating by my boyfriend's head, wiggling its finger, speaking through him. Interesting. Callie said 1970, Acid TV. TikTok is banned. Do you have... it's not going to be banned, Acid TV. I don't see it happening. Acid TV, if you're in the U.S. or anyone's in the U.S., like I said earlier, I want people starting tomorrow morning to find out who your U.S. state congressional and senatorial person is in your state. Call their offices and tell them that you want the person, whoever that is, to speak out against the ban on TikTok. So that's our platform on the subject, as I said earlier. We're here to stay, and we're here to stand up and fight. Let's see here. Hey, Vigilant, good to see you. Good evening. Hey, Tammy, good to see you. I'm looking at all the comments here. I'm trying to... Here now says, I met someone going through a spiritual awakening. Interesting. Let me see what we got here. I've seen eyes change here now. Interesting. Hey, Maggie, good to see you. Hey, Jay Sparko, you're in London. Good to see you. No, the skin will not be cold and clammy. It'll be radiant, sometimes an olive complexion, and their eyes will be radiant, and you'll feel a sense of love coming from them when you look at them. No, they're not going to be cold and clammy. They work also, yeah. Yay, Zane. Indigo kids, yeah. The Indigo Sue kid, yes. The Indigo children are definite. I think the woman on the plane saw something interesting. Yeah, so the eyes give away. If you see a space person that's not from Earth living on Earth, some of them will be actually taller than you are. But when you go by them, you'll feel a love energy, a sense of energy. I think that happened to me a couple of different times over the last few decades. But you'll know. You'll definitely know. I am looking forward to the shifts. I feel hopeful, and you should, Brendy. Zane says, I've also seen time travelers. When is disclosure? When is the middle lane? So disclosure is going to come from the space people. I don't foresee it coming from Earth-based governments. And the UFO communities all, hoping the traditional UFO community is looking towards these former people in power in the Pentagon to come forth and be whistleblowers. For me, the disclosure is going to come from us. The disclosure we're looking for is not coming from people in Washington. It's coming from you. This is the thing we have to realize. Disclosure is a big topic. The traditional UFO community thinks it's going to come from some people that are whistleblowing in Washington, former Air Force generals or people that were in the CIA or NSA or naval intelligence. But truly, when we deal with disclosure, it's not going to come from those people. I've said this for the last now 3 years and for the 21 years on the radio. Disclosure is us. We're disclosure. Documenting and videotaping what you're seeing every night or day or on the water or the beach on a webcam, documenting stuff. We are disclosure. We're not waiting for some top general to say, well, I'm retired now. I'm going to come forward to BBC News and tell people the truth. Don't bank on it because it's not going to happen. Really, it really is not going to happen that way. I hope so, Tammy. Can they read your mind? Yes. The space people can read your mind. They also use telepathy. If you were to communicate with a space person, or you went by one and you were sitting at an outdoor cafe and there was one right in another table next to you, they'd be able to read your mind if it was an actual space person. Sky says once humans understand emotions is a dimensional force, we can begin integrating for the betterment. Very well said. Hey, Lupita. I worked with a few Susie Kidd. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, blood types don't have much to do with whether you have contact with a space person or not. Too many people get hung up on this thing with the blood types. I don't understand why, but ever since I begun this show 3 years ago, I always get questions about negative, positive blood types. Don't get hung up on the blood types because it has nothing to do with you're contacting or making contact with a star being or a space being from another world. It really doesn't matter. Star children, baby mama, yep, star children. Star children are around for a long time. Indigo children, star children, pretty much the same. You might have a little kid in your family that you had, maybe your mother or father, and you have a little one, and they're different from the other kids, and they have that knowledge, and you see it in their eyes. So yeah, you can say star children too. That's a beautiful word to use, star children. Yeah. Maria says, the skies are beautiful today. Hey, Callie, thank you. More thought stories? I do have more. I was trying to find some of my other books regarding that, but I don't have them in front of me here. But I can tell you, what I want to do is show you something here. This is a video. This comes from one of our viewers, and let's see, who was it here? This was sent to me, and I don't think I've shown this before yet, but I'm going to show it to you. Let's see if I can get it. What did I do with it here? There's a video here that I just was going to show you. I'll go into old mail here for a minute. Oh, this is an orb video. This is from January 4th. Oh yeah, this person, this is interesting. This is coming from Teresa, and we're going to show you this video, and it's not a long video, but we're going to show it to you here. I will definitely get to some interviews here. Here now, we'll bring you up in just a minute. I want to show this. This is an orb this person, Teresa, recorded, and we'll try to show you this here. We're going to go on to this here. We'll get some video here that I want to show. And we'll get to some interviews here. Okay. This is not a long video, but it's a very interesting video. This Teresa person sent me. She recorded this. Check this out. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's see, can we... She caught it during the daytime. This is January the 4th. You'll see it in a minute. Let me see. Can we show it again? Right here. You can see the circular orb, a lot of energy there. We get some interesting footage from all of you out there. And if you do have footage, feel free to send it to me and I'll review it. And that's just a short video. That's a short video. Let me see here if I could switch the screen around here. Okay, we're back with that. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I am really thankful for the video footage people are sending me. I am looking at your video footage. So if you have UFO footage, I call it UFO footage, orbs or stuff that you're recording, send it to me at CmdrAleon at AOL.com. I'd love to see your video footage so I can review it. Give me the date, the location, and the time of the footage. And like I said, this show, we're going to always show videos here. We'll show you the best videos possible. And that's part of what the show's about. We don't just want to just talk about it and interview people. We want to be disclosures. So we want to be able to show you the things that are going on out there. Now I've got tons of stuff here, and probably some of which you haven't seen yet. Now here's a video here that I do want to show you. This is pretty crazy. Check this out. It seems almost like it's a portal, like a galactic portal. We're going to show you this after I have my guest on. This will be our next video break. And we will show it to you. I got tons of video footage here. So let me see who I've got here. And let's see, Here Now 70 is going to be our guest. I'm going to bring them up. You have to be over on the show, no drinking, no politics, no religion, and no paranormal discussion. Here Now, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I just wanted to run by I don't know, maybe some personal experiences that I've had. That you can take with a grain of salt, of course. You know what I mean? I thought I'd share just for the you might find it interesting or get something out of it. But back in 2011, I had through watching a spiritual teacher online, I started to find myself in a state of I don't know how to describe it. It's like a unity consciousness or something like that. And I was walking around in this sort of different state of being for a couple of days, and then by coincidence, right, there was a friend of mine that I'd known for years had recently met this guy down at the sauna. And I was like, okay, and he wants to meet me because I had an interest in Terence McKenna, right? That was the reason, right? So anyway, I went along to this club, right, that I'd never been to, and my friend had never been there either. And I sat down with these people, and I was in this sort of elevated state where I was seeing higher vibrations of light and feeling a lot of energy move through my body and feeling very peaceful and loving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so what happened was at the moment I sat down with these couple of fellas, right, I immediately sort of knew that they were observing me. I got this psychic, I know sounds mad, right? But it's like a psychic sense that they were quite aware of what was happening within me, whereas other people that I had talked to in those 3 days or so, they had no idea. I could tell that they couldn't really tell what was happening with me because I kept it quiet, But anyway, I sat down and we were talking, and I didn't know what to say really, but he asked me about what I knew about the Terence McKenna 2012, his 2012 theories and stuff like that, and I didn't really know all that much, but I did have this inclination just to say something, and I said that what I was experiencing. I didn't say what I was experiencing, but I said, out of nowhere, I said, it kind of reminds me of the teachings of Don Juan, where you have to know your place on the rug. You know what I mean? There's a part in that book where it's talking about knowing versus thinking. Yeah. And then one of these guys that I just met responded with yeah, it's beyond the rational mind. Keep doing that, he said, keep doing that. And then he said, keep reading, right? But anyway, the following day, I met this fellow again because he wanted to meet up with me, and we went to an electronics store or something like that. And but basically, I noticed that he was sort of responding to things that I was thinking, because I was aware, okay, I was a bit unsure. I was like, well, so I don't know, is this guy like a remote viewer, or is he somehow But the way that it came together was very coincidental, man. It was like my friend that asked me to go to the the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, and anyway, I've known these people, right? Like I started to go down to the sauna and meet a group of people that seem to talk in a way that like couldn't be like if I was totally honest, I would say they're not necessarily talking to directly to me, but they're talking in a way that has like a subliminal text,
Yeah.
towards me. You know what I mean? Very hard sort of thing to describe, but yeah, I sort of and I the first moment I met them, I was like, whoa, are these like these things that I've heard about, like these higher advanced people or interdimensional beings or something like that. But I've had some very profound experiences, man. Like even when I've been wanting to go and talk to them directly and ask direct questions to
Yeah.
them, I've felt like things like energy in my head, man, where I'll just like feel really good and then randomly make a choice to just leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very hard to explain. But one of these guys actually I talked to for a while, and he used to work for the Secret Service of the States, man.
Really?
Yeah, and also like this other guy, he's very super knowledge. Like I know there's a lot of smart people out there, right? But he's got like a extensive knowledge about like Hindu religion, Western religion, and Aleister Crowley, like the occult, a bunch of different things like that. Not to mention, he's incredibly good with science and stuff like that too. And I've just had some like almost psychic sort of like feelings with like being around them, and and like literally felt like I was sitting next to one of these guys, and the energy I could just sense, man. Like you know what I mean? Like I could just sense that this was like a very high vibration or something coming off him. And he said
Hmm.
that like what he said to me in a roundabout way was like, it's interesting being here because everyone is so different,
Well, that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it's like there's a lot more to this story, but like that's the rundown of it. Like, I mean, I don't have hands down proof where I've got like a confession from them saying like
Right.
yeah, we're here for what such and such reasons, but like I've just always been very intimidated when I talk to them. I sit down and I just try and observe the best I can. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and just sort of gather a bit more information. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I think like it's just shocked me a little bit, like that they could
Well,
be.
do you think that they're and what country are you in right now? Are you in the U.S.
I'm
or
in
overseas?
Australia, man.
I knew
Australia.
you were in Australia. I kind of figured that. So welcome to the show. We have a lot of
Yeah,
viewers
cheers.
in Australia. Cheers. So some of the people that are that way, they could be very sensitive people and very telepathic,
Yeah,
meaning they can tune into your consciousness. Do you feel that
yeah.
that's what they were doing? They were tuning into your
Well,
consciousness?
yeah. Like I've had conversations with him, and he sort of said in a joking way that when he talks, he channels, right? And then he's also very interested in transcendental meditation. So he could just be a normal person,
Right.
but
Right.
also like I've had evidence of like psychic, like he's known what I'm thinking, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's just blown my mind, man. You know what I mean? And for
Wow.
like 10 years, man, like over 10 years now, every time I encounter him, I'm just like, whoa, this really feels strange to be around someone like that. You know what I mean? Because I had this like temporary awakening that lasted for about 3 days or so, and then sort of disappeared, and I haven't returned. It's actually happened twice in my
Now,
life.
when you
But
say temporary awakening, so do
yeah,
you feel like your consciousness just expanded and then all of a sudden it shut down?
well,
Or is
yeah,
that a misinterpretation of what you just said?
no, no, that's well. It didn't shut down. Like I had this like sort of like I actually went to a state of a bit of a crisis, man. Like you know what I mean. And I found that like I just like couldn't get back there in the same way. It's kind of I think well, this is just my own sort of opinion, but I think it's kind of like when you get there, the trick is to stay there as much as possible, because if you start to use your mind, because your mind will start to try and make sense of what you like the different phenomena that you experience, and that leads you further into sort of like a bit of delusion. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, definitely the state that I was in where I was hands down having long periods of time with absolutely no thought, a feeling of
Yeah,
unity with objects in the room and things like that. I had like there was also a profound change in the way that I was perceiving language too. You know, like
yeah,
so when I was listening to like even things like ads on the radio and things like that, it seemed to have a very coincidental, multi, like I don't know, like existential sort of meaning. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. But I was,
but,
the one of the things to understand is that we all have what we call these cosmic abilities within our consciousness. So when I
mm,
talked about it on encounters, one of the things I talk about from a space consciousness is that we have a human consciousness, which is always there, and we have a brain, which is always there, which questions everything that goes out of the realm of the 3D belief system. But then we have the cosmic consciousness, which is something we all have, all our viewers have, whether they realize or not. That ability, if we focus through meditation and high vibrational music, we can center in on that consciousness, which expands our ability to see things on a very big scope versus a
yeah.
little tiny scope. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you another trippy experience that happened. Like, cause after that, like I had a profound, very deep awakening, man. Like it was like I was like full on, like high, like seeing colors that I'd never seen before, and you know, like I was driving my car, man, just feeling like in the moment, man. You know, and everything was I was like unified with everything because it was known by my awareness in a sense, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
anyway, like after it disappeared, like about 6 months later, through the spiritual teacher online, I had a night where I sort of stayed awake pretty late, and just really tried my hardest to meditate, and I found that I was able to get to like kind of like dipping my toes in awareness, man. It wasn't as deep of an experience, but it
Right.
was still very much like, you know, there was a timeless presence that I could experience, right? And
Yeah.
then that night, I went to the sauna where these people were, and they were all there, and they all were checking me out. It's like when this happens, you know what I mean? Like maybe possibly they're here to assist people that go through, you know, these things, or like I don't know. But that night when I went home after the pool, and I went to sleep, and I felt the presence of an astral entity, which was one of these. There was a lady that's part of this group of people that I've met at the pool, and
Yeah.
I felt her presence like above me, man. I didn't see anything, right? But I
Right.
definitely felt this presence, and I felt like at one moment I locked eyes with her. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
very strange experience to just to
That's really weird. So what
yeah,
do you
yeah,
now that so let me ask you about this lady. So this woman was in this group that are
yeah,
enlightened people
yeah.
in Australia. And so this group, this lady projected astral traveled and she showed up. You were able to see her in your home, correct?
Well, it wasn't visually seeing her. It was like an energy, man. And just like, wow, there's something just above me, man. Like, right. And then when I felt like I know who this is, this feels like the energy of this girl that I'd met. I know her name and stuff. And then when I felt that, I felt like this locking on of like invisible eyes to mine. You know what I mean? Like, and then like a happiness that she was conveying to me for doing the meditation. You know what I mean? Like because I
Interesting.
think yeah, I truly think that they're probably here to guide like those sorts of things, man. You know what I mean? Like to guide people
Well,
in a way.
well, put it this way: we're all here to wake up. So these folks might be really been involved in what they're doing for a lot of years to the point
Mm,
where they're able to do what they do. They're still human. They just have the ability to do what they do. However, they got there, which is kind of interesting.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got to that. They got that perception of reality, which is very interesting. Interesting
Mm.
story. And I appreciate you coming on here from
Yeah, no
Australia
worries, man.
to give
Yeah,
us a different perspective. That's really kind of fascinating.
yeah, yeah. It's just interesting to me, like that because I I don't know how it happened, man. I don't like that's. I'd love to know what the mechanism was, like, because I was just watching this guy do a trance channeling, right? And he was
Mhm.
talking about the integration of opposites, man. Like, so how light and dark. We tend to we run towards light and try and avoid darkness, right? But the two are actually independently working together to create for us to be able to perceive. Because if there was only one side, right? If we wish to desire only good, but you need to have the opposite to define it. You know what I mean? And it was something along
Yeah.
those words
Now,
that triggered me into this state, man. Like
now did those words come from the group, or how did those words come
no,
about?
that was through a channel that's on YouTube. He's actually quite a profound teacher. Like
Yeah, so
yeah.
I just want to say that with channels, you got to be, I'm not telling people what to do here. I've been through the whole thing back years ago on Facebook with 10,000 different enlightened channels out there
Mm,
that channel things. Some channelers get upset if I say this, but I tell people don't listen to channels, not because they're not going to be profound. Understand the channel is channeling their higher consciousness. They're not
yeah.
channeling, and so when they do that, their perspective from their higher consciousness is that you have to have both of these things to get there. Now, if you have things like the travesties of war on our planet, nuclear bombs, and Hiroshima and Nagasaki, do we need to see that in order to see something else? Well, we
Mm,
did. We saw it. Not whether we didn't necessarily look. We didn't choose to see it, but we know it happened. The
mm,
generations after it, right? But the thing is, in order to have light, I used to have this big discussion with people. I said, no, you have to have darkness in order to have light. I said, no. I said, if you're talking cosmically and spiritually, you need to do that. I say,
mm,
well, no. I said, if you're going to have worlds of peace, worlds of enlightenment, worlds that live in harmony, you're not going to have planets saying, okay, we'll be a little bit having some spiritual darkness here in order to get to have some spiritual light. So through all our existence, we're going to have both. This way, there's a balance. And then there are those
mm.
people that say, well, you have to have a balance. I say, the heck with the balance thing. That thing is it's just basically a cop out. It's like
Mm.
saying, in order to have love, you have to have hate. No, either
Yeah, no,
you
it's
are,
it's not it's
you know
not
what I
it's
mean?
it's not it wasn't so much like love and
Okay.
hate. He's saying that basically like we try to cling on to as an identity like something that's good, but we,
Oh,
we have these shadow aspects of ourselves that we try and repress. Like,
oh
and
yeah.
the trick is to like say you have to take away the leaning towards the good, because leaning towards the good will also, by definition, right, of just like knowing what that is, for perception to be able to understand that, it needs to have a counter opposite. So it's more of like pulling back. And
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. It's interesting though. Like this guy has been incredibly useful for me. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Like, this happened 10 years ago, and I've talked to these people. I know these people. You know what I mean? Know them by their
Yeah.
first name and that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just like for a long time. I like that's the thing. I'm not sure, man. They could just be advanced in the sense of like you've done transcendental meditation to the point where
Yeah.
they are a little bit psychic and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But then I just thought aliens, man. The first time that I met them, like
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
I
that
thought
basically
yeah.
they could be they're just basically human beings that are awakened.
Mm,
So from my background, I come from the Ashtar Command background in my history. I
mm,
I met space people on a spaceship here in the United States when I was a kid in the '60s. I went up my parents' room, looked at a cul-de-sac, and there were the men and women that were in light blue space outfits, and they radiated nothing but about nothing but love. Now, when you
mm.
talk to a real space person versus a human being doing what this person does, not taking it away from them, but when you're having an experience with space people that are pure love, they don't know anything but love. And the problem on Earth is we are still humans, so we have this perception of we have to have this in order to have this in order to make this happen. And
Yeah.
that's a 3D human perception of reality
Okay.
that
Yeah.
I that I want people to get away from, because that's the reason, and that happened a lot through the New Age community, which I'm not a part of, but the New Age community thing was the New Age channeling is that you have to have the yin, this thing, in order to have the yang thing. You need to
Mm.
do this in order to get there. And what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, when you have contact with space people, they don't understand humans who think that way, because that's a human perception of a human spiritual perception of what needs to be in order to exist, and it's
Yeah.
just basically not true.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. It's. Yeah, I don't know. I think that a lot of the darkness really comes from the fact that we do like split apart fucking reality, man. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and we have to like, I mean, these advanced races, man. Like, what do they have desires, man? Still, or
So
like
let
do
me
they?
tell you something about the advanced races, and I'll move on to a few other guests. But um, because I come from a background of a very spiritual, cosmic level. Besides having the human experience, I work like everybody else. I have a family. I have a daughter. I have a life here. I do
Mm,
everything here. I go through the ups and downs of everyday human life, just like anybody else. But at the same token, over time, on my spiritual level, my consciousness knows that, if you're going to bring peace on earth, to get there, you don't create a war. You know,
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
you don't create. If someone says to you, we got to create a war on earth in order to understand the idea of peace. Now there are
mm,
people in the New Age community that would probably not use those very words, but they would say, well, you know what, you got to go through a whole darkness period in order to find heaven on earth.
mm,
No, that's baloney. That's a bunch of hogwash. That's made up a New Age jargon that puts in a situation where they're saying you have to have everything mixed up together in order to get there. That's just not true. That's a
yeah,
cop out. That's a
yeah,
complete cop out. And anybody in any country, in any New Age community that promotes that, they're not totally being honest. Because in order to have peace on Earth, or peace on Mars, or peace on Venus, or any other planet, you have to be peace, period.
yeah, yeah,
Either
yeah,
you are peace or you're not peace. Either you're
yeah,
love or you're not love. Either you're hate or you're not hate.
yeah, yeah,
I bust the matrix here. I just speak it the way it is, because I can
mm,
speak in human consciousness. I see with my own eyes what we've done to this planet. Then human consciousness, I can see with my own eyes what we can be
yeah,
and what
yeah,
we
yeah,
want. And if we want to be something, we don't poison the ocean and see how the poison works on everything in the ocean in order to say, now we don't want to poison the ocean anymore. We just did.
mm,
Let's clean it up. No, you don't poison it and then clean it up. You
yeah,
keep it clean.
yeah.
You don't pollute the air and then say, now I want to have clean air. You keep the air clean. What I'm saying
Yeah.
is, you have to have consistency. And anyone in the New Age community out there in the world who promotes a little bit of this and a little bit of that to get there is not being honest and not telling the truth
I
from my
don't.
perspective.
It's not. I don't think it's like that so much that it's like they think that darkness or destruction is a good thing. They think
I'm not
it's
saying it is. I'm just
yeah,
saying
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's
it's that perception of what they're promoting still does not leave the opening for pure understanding that everything can be light, and you don't have to have
yeah, yeah.
go into the dark tunnel to get to the light. You can be in the light always. Yeah, it's your choice. You decide how
Okay,
your reality is going to be. That's all I'm saying. All right, brother.
okay, yeah, cool. Oh,
I'll
thanks,
let you.
thanks, Eve, for chatting, man. Yeah.
No, it's been good. It's been good. I'm
All right,
glad you're watching us in Australia too, man.
all right,
Pleasure.
cool. You have a good one, man.
All right, we're going to let you
Bye.
down. Nice discussion, and it's a neat discussion, because these things, there are people out there, that channelers and others, that perceive these realities, and like I said, we're coming into a place where we're going to have contact on our planet. We're going to have contact with people that are operating in Christ consciousness, that are not coming here living one day saying you must face the dark realities here in order to have the beautiful light. Before we give you the light, we have to give you this first, and you have to go through this first. It's like going through a sorority or whatever in college. You have to go through the sorority to get to the other side of the building. No, you don't have to do that. Everything is done from a cosmic perspective by the space people in pure love. And if it's not done in pure love, then I don't want to do it. If it's not done in pure unconditional love, I don't want to do it. If I don't see it in pure light, I don't want to touch it. There's after many years of experience, coming to this planet. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. Some people don't know at all what they want yet, and that's fine. Love, like Jay Einer, you're right. Love always is the winner. And there are different groups that have different perceptions of realities. They think their enlightenment groups are going to get people there by doing this, that, and the other thing. I just want to be straight, honest, and straightforward all the time. I just want to know in my show here that we're going to bust the matrix together. And when we have UFO disclosure, when we have contact, when we show videos, we want to show people stuff that's happening. We want to show people what's going on out there because it's so essentially important to know these things. Now I'm going to show this video. This video is going to blow your mind. I got plenty of footage here. And let's see, this one here, I don't believe we've shown you. There's two different videos, and they're both kind of have like a purple color. This one really caught my attention. You're going to love this. You want to always operate as we're on this planet right now and completely in a transformational period. You want to be in a place where you're going to get to the highest levels of light. You want to get to the highest levels of light. You don't jump into a pool of oil and say, well, you have to get in the oil, get all mucky and everything, get all the oil over me, and then I'll get out, take a shower, a hot shower, and then I'll clean myself up after I go in the oil with all the pollutants in it, and then I'm going to feel better. Like you're really going to feel better, You get my point. Let me show you this here. Check this out. This for entertainment purposes only. This is only from probably a couple of weeks ago. Check this out. I got tons of video footage here. This is really cool. Check this. It almost to me looks like a galactic portal, Pretty darn cool. I think that actually, now that I look at it, it appears to be like an object in the center of it. I don't remember where this is recorded. Look at that. You can see the shininess of the object in the center. I just noticed that now can't believe for the first time. Give me a second. I'm going to show you another video here. It's like an energy. There's the energy right in there. Let's show it again. Here, I'm just showing you the whole screen. Man, look at this. We're going right into a portal. Yeah, the light is in the center of the portal. That's pretty crazy. So I have it on still now so you can look at it. This is amazing stuff. I don't remember where I found this. I have people sending me videos. I love the color. I love the color. This is Encounters. I love to share with my audience all these great things that are going on here. Oh, I see that. You see a man on top of the portal? Whitehall, we don't get into any politics here, brother. No politics. No politics. I'm going to tell you no politics. Pretty cool. Now I got another video here we're going to show you. Oh yeah, there it looks like a face. You know what? I just noticed that too. It looks like a human face, and the portal's there, and there's like a face or something. Now again, I can also get into my imagination on that one. Now it's now the face is gone because let me show you something else here, like a humanoid figure. I would have never ever thought of that. I can see it. It looks like two eyes, a face, everything. Wanderer woman, let me take a look and I'm going to do that. You send it on my email. I'll take a look. Matter of fact, Wandering Woman. Hold on a second. I'll take a look. Let me go back to the screen here. We're going to flip the camera, turn the light on so we have some light here. And let me see if I can find your footage that you sent me here. Wandering Woman sent me footage. Wanda Woman. Okay, let me take a look here. Hold on a minute. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And let me see here. We're going to try to. And let's see if I can do this here. We're going to see what we can do here. Oh, okay. I think. Okay, I got your video right here. Yeah, you filmed it in your driveway. Let me take a look here. I've got her video right here, so we're going to show it. Let me see if I can bring the volume up. No, we're going to turn the no music here. Let's do this part. All right, this is Wonder Woman's video. We're going to take a look at that. Turn the light off again so we can do this thing. And let's go and take a look at her video. All right, we're going to check this out right now. I'm going to start it from the beginning. Here it is. Let me see if we can. I think it's moving. Is it moving? Oh, no, it's not moving at all. Wait a minute. Okay, now. Okay, here we go. I think it's still right. I don't know what happened here. I'm trying to play the video. So we're trying to show this here. It was playing before. And now it's not moving at all. Of course, hold on a minute. I got to go back to this other screen. Give me a second here. Whatever reason, my system is not letting me play it. Nope, it's not letting me do it. I was going to play your video, and I'm having a little bit of a technical problem here, so we'll have to go back to that. I do have another video we're going to get to, and this one here, I have a whole list of video footage here. Let me go back into the archives. I've got all kinds of video footage here, and let me see if I can show some of this stuff here. Hold on a minute. This video comes from Heather Target. This is from an iPhone. I don't remember where she is. Let me show you this video here. Heather Target. Let's see here. Okay, this is some new footage from Heather Target. Let's see. So let's see. I got all kinds of video footage here. I'm kind of randomly doing this. Let me see if I can do one other thing here. Uh, Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry too much now about video footage. I'm going to get back to the screen here. And we can go back to the screen. We'll do more video footage probably on another night. I'm going to put this down here. You're watching Encounters, and welcome to the show. Again, if you want to send footage, I'll take a look at it again. Try to give me the date, location, and where the footage was taken. I know not all the footage is going to be clear as a bell. I know some of you are driving when you're recording. Hey, Witchy Poo. Good to see you, everybody in there. And if you have had an experience, an encounter, or visitation, I certainly would love to hear your story here tonight. It's about 12:17 in the morning on Encounters. So welcome to our program. We'll be here with you till approximately 1 a.m. this morning here on a Monday night. Now we're almost like we're into Tuesday morning already. Hey, Desiree, I see a UFO. Let's see, Desiree says. And again, there's a lot of activity certainly going on all over the place. And if I look at half of the stuff that I've gotten here, there's quite a bit of activity that is happening. But essentially, I've not seen anything that has been really amazing. You know, the most amazing footage I had was on last night. And no, actually, Purple Laugh, I have a UFO in my, see, Alto. I have a UFO in my, if anybody wants to see it. So let's see. This person has one follower. Says they have a UFO something. Okay, can you tell me at 1:30 a.m. last night, I went outside and it looked like it was daylight at my house. Interesting Christmas tree. I've not heard of that. I've heard of strange things happening with lights in the sky. Very interesting. Yeah, light worker ground crew. Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing more spaceships soon. Oh, last night? Okay, so the footage that really was amazing. Let me see here. I can show you that. Let me see here. I'll go back to that footage. I do have it. Some people that missed the footage from last night. Let me just get back here for a minute. And let me just do this. So the footage from last night, if I can find it, and it hasn't disappeared, I will show it to you. Let's see if I have it here. Hold a minute. You're watching Encounters. I'm trying to see if I saved it here. Yeah, I have it right here. So I'll show the footage from last night. This was the one that everybody, there are a lot of people that didn't see it, so I'm going to re-show it for anybody who missed it. This is from January 28th. I mean, not January, I mean December 28th. We'll show it to you. Okay. This is the footage that probably some people missed. Okay, we're going to try to show it to you again. I know some people missed it last night. And this is the most impressive footage. I showed it last night. It's a lot. I guess some people might have missed the show. But this is one of those pieces of footage that you can't stop looking at. It is beautiful. I'll just show it one more time. I know some people did miss it. I would say since the end of last year into this year, this is probably the best documented footage before the end of 2024. Best documented footage, without a question. Okay, let me just do it one more time. I'm holding my iPod, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I did, Pixie. That was interesting. I did see that. I'm going to go back to my screen here. Turn the lights back on. Lights, action, camera. All right. So I did see the thing that Fox News picked up, which was kind of interesting. I did notice that it was a few places repeated the video, people recorded it. The orb bag is basically a code word for, in this case, a spaceship, UFO, UAP. So some people on TikTok came up with a code word. They called it a Dior bag. To me, it's a spaceship, you know. And I'll say the word spaceship because that's in the UFO vocabulary. The word spaceship, flying saucer. These are words that have been used for years in the UFO community. And that thing was a large, if you want to use the code word, a big Dior bag. It was pretty big. Pretty big. So I know there's a lot of activity now. That's the kind of activity that people are going to see increase more and more. Is Craig? Welcome to our show, Jesse. Everybody, all the people coming in here. I don't particularly myself care about the code word. I still use the word flying saucer, spaceship, UFO, orb. I guess some people were getting in trouble using the actual words like UFO. To me, UFO, it's been around for years. Why not use the word UFO? But let me see who we got here. Jeff Leopard. We're going to bring Jeff Leopard up, who was a recent guest on the show. Good to have him back. And
Hello, Commander.
how are you doing, my friend?
Good, good. Last night it was very odd because I went out. I don't go to bed till late, and I'm over
Yeah,
here. I'm over here in upstate New York,
yeah.
and I went outside because I usually let my dogs out a little bit here and there, and it was like daylight, and I have pictures of it, and it's crazy. And
I'd love to see that.
that's what it's like at 1:30 a.m. at my house yesterday. See, my lights are still
No,
on. I had no lights on. I have these
no
solar
lights on.
lights, and
And
that's
that's
how
the
light it
night
was.
sky, and it looks like it's almost like daylight.
That's exactly what it was. I thought it was daylight. I thought it was like I thought I fell asleep on the couch. It was like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, but it wasn't.
Do you think? Do you
But this is
think?
the picture I took in the sky.
Oh, that's pretty weird. Now, what's that light there?
That's the moon.
Oh, the moon. Okay, so that's the moon.
It was right
Well,
over
the
my
moon's got.
house. And this is not the
Yeah,
first time. This has been going on like this is like the third time I've seen this, and it kind of just got me curious. I was just wondering maybe you knew what was going
well,
on.
I know we have a full moon going on right now because I saw the full moon coming out of work tonight. But I think it's pretty. Again, the brightness of the night. I've had some people here say they've seen like the sky, the night sky turn like a bluish color. Some people have been seeing like a purple, like pink color to the sky, and this is late at night. It's not like a normal. You know how the
Right.
sky should be normally dark with stars. They're not seeing that, and I've heard reports of this happening in different parts of the world, Jeff. And it's interesting. I'm kind of looking at it. I want to see if there's a consistency of this happening in other places in the world, and if there is, then that might have something to do with the shifting of our planet, and that's why these things are starting to get kind of weird and look kind of different because it's not something we normally see. You don't normally go out at night and say, look how light it is out here. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
It's not normal.
No. That's it. I could have went outside and I didn't need nothing. I'll just.
But when you have a full moon, there is a truth to a really, really strong full moon. It will change the horizon or the way the sky looks. So the full moon, when it blocks out darkness, it will make the sky lighter. I know when we do our C5 activity in the warm weather, if we go out, and we've done this, unfortunately, going out during a full moon to look and try to make contact with extraterrestrial intelligence or the spaceships, it's so bright out there that we have to be careful with our night vision equipment because we usually want to use that where there's no moon. So if you go on a no moon night, do a comparison when there's no moon, when there's a new moon, and see what the sky looks like during a new moon versus the way the pictures look. Whoops. TikTok just gave me a thing here. Your live is not eligible for recommendations and restricted in search results because it contains unoriginal. I'm going to submit my feedback here. Give me a second.
Interesting.
The notice is unclear. I'm just going to tell them, which is because it's their computer. The notice is unclear. I'm still not sure why I got the restriction. So I'm just going to do that because I'm dealing with a computer. So TikTok just sent me a thing about not having original content for entertainment purposes only on encounters. Can I get, and it was a delayed response. It was a completely delayed response. But anyway, TikTok does this to me. So I'm gonna play not so smart and say, I said to the algorithm, I have no idea what you're talking about. Basically, that was my answer. But I'm not gonna worry about it.
Upstate South Carolina, they had what? Purple? Cool.
Yeah. So there's people seeing different colors. Like the sky was purple last night, 2 a.m. in the upstate South Carolina area, JMAC. Interesting. This is what's happening. I've seen people with videos on here showing what their skies look like right now, and it's pretty weird. And this is like without the, looking at the moon, which is a full moon, people are seeing these things. And I have a feeling it has a lot to do with the shifting that we're going through on the planet right now.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
So I'm glad you showed that because there are things happening. Now, also, the other thing, which I haven't talked about tonight is, and I've studied this for a number of years, people would hear horns in the sky like a symphony of music. And they've heard it in Europe. They've heard it in Iceland. They've heard it in the United States. We've heard it here in Connecticut years ago. It sounds like trumpets. Has anybody heard recently the sounds of trumpets or in the sky? Like not like a. It almost sounds like a harmonious thing, like trumpets or music in the sky. Has anyone heard that?
I have.
Not yet. You will. I have too. I know my wife has. I have over the years. It sounds like metal. Yeah, Ashley, it'll sound like metal. Not for 8 years or so. Okay. I'm just starting to see that I've been watching people with videos of these sounds again, and they're starting to happen again. So no one knows where they're coming from. Some of it's beautiful sounding. Some of it sounds a screeching, like a metal sounding. Some of it doesn't sound like that at all. It sounds like trumpets, And I think you're going to see a lot of that happen as we go through, I think, the energy shifts. Sonia, thank you. Through the energy shifts, these sounds that are happening. We don't talk about it much here yet, but I'll keep track of it if I hear anything like that. I think James Cal says he has a video of a UFO. James Cal. Thank you, Lightworker. Thank you, Lightworker, for the heart puffs. Where's James Cal? James, if you are here, say hello. James Cal. But it's interesting. I appreciate you, letting us know. Sir, I caught one New Year's Day at about 12:12. I still have the video. I'm from Belize. Okay, we got to bring James Cal up here. Hey, Jeff, thanks for sharing that.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right, I hope you're doing great and enjoy your night upstate.
You too.
All right, we're going to bring you down, my friend Jeff, sharing some information about the light thing. And Jeff, and let's see, we're going to bring James Cal up here. from Belize. James Cal, please join me. All you have to do is accept my invitation to go live from Belize in Central America. Sandra, thank you. Or go into the multi-guest option, James Cal. I don't know where James Cal went. James, you still with me? I'd love to see your video. Don't go outside your backyard. Naked satellites will see you. Hey, Dana. Hey, Sonia, thank you for the gift. Good vibes. Welcome to the show. And we welcome everybody to the show. This is the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Good to have you all with us here tonight on a Monday night. We're almost at 100,000. Let's hit it. Let's definitely hit it. Please follow and like. You know. So I guess I must be careful about showing video footage. So we'll hold off on more video footage until tomorrow night. Then TikTok can send me another algorithm message saying, warning, you've been in violation of not having original content. Let's see here. Where's James Cal? Our friend in Belize, are you still there? Okay. I am following James Cal. James Cal, I am following you. You can send me a video. Send it to CmdrAleon at AOL.com. That's CmdrAleon at AOL.com. If you have video footage, UFO footage, send it to us with the date, location, and we'll take a review of it and see what it looks like. We'd be happy to do that. All right, it's one of those. Oh, there's invite James Cal 142 to join. James, you back with us? Oh, there's James. We're going to try to bring James up here as a guest. I just sent James a guest request. James, if you're getting the request, just go into the multi-guest option. You'll see the little people icon. You can come up and talk about your video, and then I'd love to have you send it to us. If you don't have it ready to show, I'd be happy to show it here. And if you have it on your TikTok, I can actually go there and I can show it on here right now. Matter of fact, James Cal, let me go to your TikTok and see if the video's on your page. So we're going to see if, oh, there's James Cal coming on here now. Good. Hey, let's see. Let's hope TikTok works good here to Belize. Hey, James, good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the show. And you're in Belize right now?
Yes, sir.
Good to have you with us. And you're over 18, correct?
Kind of my internet's kind of giving me problem.
No problem. About the internet problem.
I
So tell us.
I could send you the video that I caught on that New Year's Day. It's really, really bright. I really get scared of it. I didn't really get but I got a video for it.
Did you post a video at all on TikTok? You haven't done that.
Not as yet.
Okay. So send me the video.
Yeah.
If you send me the video to my email right now, I will upload the video and we can show it as we're talking. I'll show it right now on tonight's show.
Okay, sure. I will do it.
Okay, my email address, James, is CmdrAleon at AOL.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my AOL on my other thing here. And when I get the email with the video attached, I'm going to download the video and then we'll talk about it. And I'll show the video here on the show tonight. And I'll just say for entertainment purposes only, so the algorithm doesn't give me any problems here on my show for showing a video.
Okay, sure. No problem, sir. I will do it right now.
Okay, so we're gonna get James's video here, folks. We're gonna show you his video from Belize. I don't care what the algorithm thinks. This is a UFO talk show. That's what we do here. We show video footage, and we give James credit for it. So if the algorithm or TikTok's listening, he's the one who videotaped it. I'm showing it as a news segment of our show, so people can actually see the footage. So we're gonna see in a minute. I'm going to my email. CmdRAleon is our email address at AOL.com. I'm going to go in here, and as soon as I see a new email come through, I'm going to open it up and I'll get the video footage here on the show. So he's going to be sending it to me now. You're watching. This is going to be the latest footage from Belize, Central America. Okay? Now, the commander is going to do what he's going to do. If I'm going to listen to an algorithm tell me what I can do and not do, I might as well hang it up. But I don't do that. I'm here to bust the matrix. So I'm not too worried about it. And let's see here. So it's CmdRAleon at AOL.com is my email address, James. So when you send it to CmdRAleon at AOL.com. We are amped up, pumped up, and ready to go here. Been like that all night here. You know, am I going to start listening to a computer? Since when do I ever listen to a computer? And if the computer thinks it's smarter than I am, it's not. It might think it is, but it's not. So the algorithm is not in charge of my show. I'm in charge of my show. Okay, let's see here.
I was trying, but I couldn't get it. It showed that it gave me wrong address.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the address again. It's C like in Charlie, M like in Michael.
Could you type it right here?
Yeah, I can type it right here. Okay, one of my moderators, you want to type in my email address. One of my moderators, type my email address in. One of my moderators, type my email address for him. You're watching Encounters. You see it? They're typing it in. They're typing in the comments. You see it?
Yeah. Let me try
Retype
it
it
again.
in. Please retype it in. Thank you, Enlightened Jess. CmdrAleon at AOL.com. I want to make sure he gets it. I think he's got it. And we'll see here. You're watching Encounters. Thank you, Ashley. And I got my AOL open, so as soon as I get his video, I'm going to download it, and then we're going to watch the video. You're watching. Oh, what's this happening here? Oh, I just lost him. He's having some bad connections over there. Pull it all together. He's in Belize, so he could be having some problems. You know, he's down in Central America in Belize. And I'm hoping to get his video. I can't wait to look at it. One way or the other, we'll definitely get his video. It's good to have everybody with us here tonight. We're having a blast here with everybody. Let's do this here. Yeah, hopefully he has. I'm following him, so hopefully he has. He might be new at sending stuff. So I still have the, this is email. It shows me what new mail I have. I don't see anything yet, but as soon as I have some email from him. Oh yeah, I got plenty of apple cider, but I don't see anything yet. So we'll continue on here. If James, if you're there, definitely if you're trying to send the email, please do CmdrAleon at AOL.com. No biggie. We'll get to it. I'm sure he'll find a way to get that video to me. And appreciate everybody here. It's not been totally a slow night, but definitely it's been an interesting night so far. Some nights I can go through 4 or 5 different people and interview 4 or 5 different people. Tonight, it's one of those things where we're having just a really kind of free-flowing night. I sent videos to your email. Okay, send. Okay. I'm taking a look at something here. Let's see. I got so many. I have sent it. Okay, he says they sent it. Let's see here. All right, we're looking for it. I don't see anything yet. Let me go through everything. I'm going to check a few other things here. Octavo Bolin. Let me see. To me. Let's see what this is here. Oh, this is weird. I have a video here, but it's not 12:41 in the morning. Octavio Bolo. I'm going to take that one and put it into my new mail section. Let's see here. Huh. I have a video just sent to me from somebody, Octavio Bolin, a UFO video, but I don't see his video. Interesting. And I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure what happened there. So this one here, I'm not sure it's him. Octavio Bolo. Octavio Bolo, is that the one? Oh, Cosmic Dragon. Okay, I gotcha. I'll check back. Dreaming Annie. Hey, Dreaming Annie. That's you. Okay. So you did. I have it. I got his video. We're going to show it right now. Hold on a minute. I got the video right here, folks. Hold on a minute. I got to download it. Let me download it. I'm going to save the video. This is from Belize. I now have the video in progress here. I just downloaded the video. Is this the one? Yeah, this is it. So I'm going to show it to you. It's a short video, and I believe this is the one. And James, tell me if this is the video here. We're going to show this video from James from Belize, South America. It went into my spam. That's why I couldn't find it. We're going to show this video. Right here, right now. Check this out for entertainment purposes only. Let us play it. This is for entertainment purposes only on Encounters. This is our new segment, UFO News. Maybe if I say to the algorithm, this is Encounters UFO News. The latest UFO news from around the world. This is from Belize, Central America. Check it out. Belize, Central America. Very beautiful. Look what happens. We're going to play it again. Look how bright it is. And then it also goes, look what happens. Play it again. It's a short video. I'm going to then stop it. So at this point here, the thing was really bright. He recorded this in Belize, Central America. And it was real bright. And I guess, James, it got really, it started going down. Look at your email. Okay, well, definitely will. I'd love to have James come back up here and describe the video for us. James, if you come back up here, can you describe what happened, where it was in Belize? Belize, Central America. Pretty crazy. Pretty darn interesting. Let's see here. All right. James, thank you for sending the video. I want to hear the story about that. Now that we've seen the video, I'm going to see if we get James back up here. James, if you come back up here, can you tell us a little bit more about what happened? I think that would be kind of cool. Thank you, James, for the video. Thank you for sending it. And that was a pretty cool video. I wish it was longer. I wanted to ask him how long he was watching the object. And it's a really short video, but it's a good video. Very, very good video. It's an extremely good video, but it's short. It was very, very cool. What really caught my attention, James, if you can come back up here, I'd love to have you discuss it a little bit, is the brightness of, it almost looked like it was a goldish object. Hey, like a really goldish object. And then all of a sudden it kind of fades out and goes into like a very small circular, it's circular, and then it goes out like it's going away from you, like it's moving away. Very interesting. I have a lot of questions. A lot of questions. James, I'm going to try to bring you back up here. Press the save button. There you go. Hey, James, that was a very cool video. I found it in my spam filter, and what threw me off was the name on the thing, but the video was very cool. How long were you watching this?
Well, it really scared me, right? Because it's really, really bright. So I hurried took off my phone. But maybe it was there, but at least 30 seconds. It was really, really bright. But it looked like there was another one on the side, but it is not really bright. I only video the one that is really, really bright. But you could see when they are moving together.
Wow. Let's see here. Let's do this here. Hold on a minute. I'm just doing this. Let's see. I just sent a message to TikTok responding to something. But anyway, I'm good now. So there were two objects. The first one got really, really bright. So was it coming like in the sky? Was it coming closer to you? Was it was it close first to you, and then this object?
It's just appeared because I was sitting on the veranda of my house. So I was right there sitting. When I see the sky get really, really bright, when I came out and see it, it was a really, really big light.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now where you are, you're in Belize. Is it like in a country area? Are you in a more remote area?
I would say in a remote area more down south.
Okay. How
Yeah,
close are
like
you? Like, were you in Belize? Are you near the water or the ocean, or are you in
no,
the
no,
mountains?
I'm closer to close by Guatemala side, like to the border of Guatemala down south.
Okay, so you're in the down, south. You're south of Guatemala, and interesting. You're near the border of Guatemala on the Belize
Yeah.
side. So, so
Um,
this object, then the second object appears. How far was the second object to the first object?
wow, it's not really far, but
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
about 30 meters from each other.
yeah. And
Yeah,
is this? Would you say, James, this is the first time you've documented something like this?
yeah. It really scared me. Like, it really scared me, and man,
Hmm. Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see why you'd be scared. Hey, look, how many
Mhm.
people go
Like
outside and see?
yeah.
Go ahead.
Why it scared me because it looked like it is coming down, but when I realized it, they were moving together.
So these two objects, when they were really close, if you had to take an idea, let's say this thing had a big open field and it came down and landed in the field. How big do you think this object was?
Hmm.
And you
Probably,
don't. I'm not trying to get you
probably,
off guard here. You know,
probably about about 100
it,
meters wide.
100 meters. So would you say
Yeah.
as big as a tractor trailer truck or a couple of SUVs or
Bigger than an airplane that I see in the sky, or maybe this those airplanes are really
okay,
high, but like
yeah. So we can
about
say
that.
maybe bigger. I'm trying to get hypothetical here, like maybe bigger than a commercial airline jet.
Yeah, about that.
Okay, okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Mm.
That's actually kind of helps. That's pretty big.
Yeah. I try to ask my friends. Only about four of them answer me, and yeah, they actually see it. And why I believe them, because they actually tell me the time, what time they
Hmm.
see it too, and when I go and check on the recording, it is the same time.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to make a small video thing on my Ashtar spaceship news page, which I have here, which is all the best footage around the world, and you're also going to be part of that. Um, so the other object, um, they were kind of these objects were they stayed together. They seem to be
Moving
whatever the
together.
intelligence are. They were moving together. They were with these two objects were they were with each other. Correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't really see when they actually disappeared, because I already get in my house again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went back in the house. So just to
Yeah.
give people a reference here, we're going to show it to them while we have you on here. I'm going to switch my screen off on my side just so I can show them while we're interviewing you the actual object. I'm just going to flip my camera here for a minute, and you're not going to see my face here for a moment. But now I'm going to go back, turn the camera thing on, put the effect camera on here, and turn my light off here so you can see this thing. And as you're watching this, folks, you're looking at the you'll be looking at the object here in a minute. It's pretty bright, and that's pretty big. And that's how high up in the sky was that thing? I
Wow.
have right now as a still photo.
Like when it get blurry, it really look high, like it seemed like you could see the stars right there on the side, because the skies was clear that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what interestingly enough is when you play it and you do, it will actually look the way it is. It's like it's moving away from the ground. It's moving farther out.
Yeah.
Was it moving farther away?
The other one is was on the left side of the screen, so I didn't really catch it.
Okay. But this
Yeah.
object here looked like it was going away from you at one point.
Yes. It was moving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. Let me let people see this. This is really interesting. Look how bright it is. Thank you, Star Z. Thank you for the subscription. I just find it fascinating. Like if we start from the beginning,
It was really, really bright.
yeah. If I stop right there, and I stop it,
Hmm.
you can see how bright it is. Everybody, this thing is huge. I mean, it would be as big as a commercial airline pilot jet, from my perspective. Very interesting. Wow. Let me go back on my screen here. So that gives you some perception of reality, everybody. What we're dealing with here. I just switch myself back on the camera. That's really amazing, James. I think, you don't have to have the longest bit of footage to have some really great footage. And you actually documented in 6 seconds some
Yeah.
really, really cool footage here from
Uh,
Central America.
yeah.
You really have. You found the right place. This is my show's on at 11 o'clock Eastern. We're in Connecticut. So
Yeah,
you're
I was
welcome to
just
watch,
yeah,
you
I
know.
was cool. I was watching the moon too. There's somebody doing the moon video too with the Mars.
Oh,
So
the
when
moon,
I
yeah.
come upon, so I really wanted to share that video too.
Well, you know what? Now you know what my show is. I don't know what time it is in Belize right now, but we're in Connecticut.
It's minutes to 12 midnight.
Oh, it's almost you're an hour behind us then.
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting because we're in Connecticut. You're okay. So you're on the east coast of Central America.
just the Caribbean.
Okay, the Caribbean. Okay, that's
Yeah,
right. That's right. So yeah, we're on here 11 p.m. Eastern, which would be 10 p.m. If you are central in the central U.S. So yeah, as long as you know, you can always come here and watch our show. This is a great show.
yeah.
Hey James, thank you for sharing. And if you document anything like that again, try to get if
Very
you
good
can,
one.
try to get more footage. Don't
Yeah,
hesitate to
sure.
get it. Don't be afraid of recording it. As long as you're not getting abducted, you're good.
All right, thank you. Have a
Okay,
great
brother.
night,
I
man.
appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Sure.
All right. All right. All right. All right. And that was really good. All right, James. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to be adding that to our main page. I'm going to do some editing, and we're going to add that from Belize, Central America. New footage that just came out of Belize from James. This is the kind of things I'm going to I'm trying to get to as much footage as I can here. And I'm trying to look at the dates when people send me footage and take a look at it. So if you sent me stuff and I haven't looked at it yet, I put a lot of stuff in my encounters page. I have an encounters file on my email, and I will go through video footage and get to it eventually in the next couple of days. It's just a lot out there, and it's just pretty amazing stuff that's happening out there. Oh yeah, Stargazer, Dior bags. Look at the middle three letters. The platform is now blocking orb posts. I want to see just for the hoo-has on TikTok if the Dior bag's in the sky. And I do see some. There's one from the 13th. Someone was very excited that they got a Dior bag on video. The Dior bag seems to be that code word seems to be working. But let's put it this way: if there is anything like that happening, censorship of the Dior bags, what is this world coming to if we are not able to see the Dior bags in the sky? Really. Now here's an object in South New Jersey. Uh, This person posted a Dior bag from New Jersey. I don't know if I should show it to you because it's a Dior bag. And if I show it to you, well, let's show it to you anyway. We're going to show you one more video here at 1 in the morning on Encounters. That's right. And let's see. Turfish, I think it's Turfish. Turfish. Show it. We're going to show it. Let's just do it. Everyone deserves to see more video footage. Encoded words that we have to use these days in order to be, I feel like we're top secret or something. What's going on here? Since when do we have to be top secret? But we're going to show you this right now. We don't want to get too top secret. We're going to switch the thing here. And we'll now in a moment show you another, what they call a Dior bag. This one comes from New Jersey as on the 11th of January, which is only a few days ago. So here's a Dior bag somebody recorded. This is for entertainment purposes only. There's a lot going on out there. These Dior bags are invading the planet. I can say that, right? Dior bags are invading the planet. Only the best footage here, folks. Only the best. Okay. A Dior bag. Just in case the algorithm is having problems figuring out what I just did, I just played a Dior bag video. Dior bags are very popular in the United States and other countries. You know why this show is number one? Because I don't do things the way other people do them. I do them the commander way. That's probably why I get into trouble once in a while. But if I didn't get into trouble with the authorities, that means I wouldn't be doing something right. Thank you. Thank you, Witchy Poo. Take a look how bright this thing is. This Dior bag came from New Jersey on the 11th of January. The latest Dior bag UFO news. Did I say the word UFO? Can I say the word flying saucer? What happens if I say the word spaceship? Is spaceship a word I can never say in the United States anymore? Extraterrestrial intelligence? Space people? Space beings? There you go. Thank you, George. Yes, indeed. Okay, folks. I'm in a very amped up mood tonight. I have no idea what the next thing is going to be here. I'm in a very spontaneous mode here tonight. You know? Everybody, please follow and like. So we're just looking at a Dior bag. Let me see. Is there any other Dior bags that I can show you? Any real good ones? Let's see. This one here is from Madison Penrose. They caught a Dior bag. Let's see what's happening with this one. I'm looking at other Dior bags here. Some of these Dior bags are older. There's a lot going on out there, folks. But you know what? Let's see here. I think that covers Dior bags for tonight. UFOs, spaceships, you name it. Well, it's now about 1:06 in the morning. I'm amped up from the full moon. Interesting. But I will tell you, there is a book that I don't have in front of me to show you. Let's see, I have some pictures here. Let me see if I can show you some photos. Oh, these aren't what I want to show you. But I do have a photo. I have to find the photos of the two women from the Pleiades star system. Let me see if I can find the two women from the Pleiades star system. You might have seen these women before, maybe not. Let's see. Excuse me for that. I see your images. And let's see. A little bit of a cough going here. We're still alive and well. I got to drink some apple cider. And this is late night with the commander. I'm looking for the pictures of the two women. I have the actual photos. And let's see. If I can find the pictures. I'll find them. I don't have them in front of me, but I do have photocopies from Switzerland of the two space women that Billy Myers met. I just don't have the actual pictures. Although, here's I do have one of the pictures. I'm going to show you one of the pictures. I found one of one of the women. And this picture is of one of the space women. Now, in Hollywood, the government tried to say that these women were actresses and Billy Myers never made contact with them. That's because there was a disinformation campaign against the Palladian women. So I want to show you a picture of the Palladian women who he met, and they're not the same. The women in Hollywood are not the same women that he met. They look somewhat similar, but they're not the same. And let's see here. If I can find the original picture. And let's see if we have the picture. Semjasi. I'll show you a picture of her. This is the space woman. And again, I've dealt with this subject for a long time about Billy Myers' contact. But this space woman is the one that her name is. She's from. Let me just show you the whole picture here. Hold on. Do this here. Check it out. So this is one of the two space women the Palladian women that Billy Meyer met. Now I have the actual two photos somewhere in here. I have two photos of her. This is her, and then she has a sister with dark hair, and she's a Palladian. Now there were people back in the 70s trying to do a disinformation campaign on these two women. So there were actresses in Hollywood that looked just like them almost. And so they had to say that these two women in Hollywood were just actresses. They were not. They weren't Palladian, but that was all a disinformation campaign. Look at her, very beautiful. Billy Myers was a farmer in the Swiss Alps who, back in the 70s, had contact with the Palladians. They would come and visit him, these two women. They came off a spaceship, and this is one of the two women that visited Billy Myers. Billy Myers is a farmer, poor farmer, with only one arm, and he used to film their spaceships, and they'd come and visit him. And so the Palladian women from the Pallades, they look just like us. They operate in a very high frequency. I know the whole story about Billy Myers. I've studied it. I knew people that were over in Switzerland who met Billy Myers, never met these women, but it's a true story. Now, whether you believe it or not doesn't matter to me. I know the story. He didn't make a movie. He never did. Unfortunately, he was such an open person. Hundreds of people would come to his farm, including probably people in the Central Intelligence Agency that messed up some of his photos, I'm sure, to try to discredit him. But he never. I don't think he wrote an actual book. People wrote books about him, but he himself never wrote a book. Okay. I'm going to go back here. And I think it's getting to that time of night. Let's see here. I think we're going to call it a night. It's about 1:13 a.m. in the morning. Good morning, everybody. You're watching Late Night with the Commander on Encounters. 11 o'clock till normally about 1. We do a 2-hour show. I'm sure there are people on here doing UFO things for like 4 hours. I can't do that. I think 2 hours is enough to interview people, have dialogue, share information. Thank you, Witchy Poo. We appreciate all of you. Hey, Lynch, good to see you, brother. Lynch, good to have you with us, brother. Hope things are going well where you are. I've known Lynch for a long time. He does some really good spiritual work out there. Good to see you, brother. Do I have a podcast? No. I don't have anything like that. I just like doing my show here for 2 hours or 2.5 hours and helping people out and doing a good show on spiritual aspects of the UFO subject. Some do it all day and night. They just have a mod take over while they sleep. Good one. You sent me some footage. Let me take a look here. Hold on a minute. I got some footage coming my way. I want to take a look. Let me see here. I'm going to go into my spam because sometimes footage is going. Oh, there you are. I'm going to put you into my thing here. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at your footage. This comes from Naymeister. Let's see what Naymeister has sent us here. June 11th, 2020. All right, so this is a little bit older footage, but still, good footage. Oh, good. He's documented it. You sent me the footage, and I can see like a circular object. Let's zoom in. Oh, you did some editing, zooming in on it. Interesting. Thank you for the footage. Thank you for the footage. I appreciate that. And I will definitely take a little bit more look at that. And my friend in Belize, Central America, thank you for sending me footage as well and letting me show it on our show here tonight. And is there any intergalactic or things happening that I don't know about out there in the world? And April, good evening. I think I see April and their friends with fairies. 1:16 a.m. in the morning, and we're broadcasting all over the planet right now, right here on TikTok. I still have some apple cider left to drink. I haven't finished it all yet. Yes, indeed. I still have a good over a half a gallon of cider. I mean, I bought a gallon of cider. That's going to last me a long time because I only drink it during the show. Well, not really. I do drink some cider when I'm not doing the show. All right. Well, it looks like it's getting late. We're under 300 people now. So definitely I'm glad everybody was here tonight. Loud booms at 3 a.m. every night in Chicago, Illinois. Interesting. I'm not sure what that's all about. That's pretty weird. Another Monday night has gone through. Tomorrow's Tuesday night. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow night, but it will happen. I want to thank all of you fine folks for being here. And I want to thank everybody for stopping in. We're going to hold, we'll do a song maybe tomorrow night. I'm going to call it an evening. It's been kind of free flowing tonight. So we appreciate everybody here. We love you all. Please follow me. Thank you. We have 124,700. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate you all. And I hope you have a great night, whatever you do. And I know before I'm going to take a look at some of these videos. And also we're going to take a look and see what other UFO activity is happening. It's only Monday yet, so I'm pretty sure there'll be more activity occurring. As I'm looking right here, and the place where I usually would see UFO activity, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of stuff going on. Although in Mexico, there's an orb sighting that just recently happened. Somebody recorded an orb in Mexico. Checking one more thing out here. We're going slowly but surely. Yeah, nothing really great. I'm not seeing anything really impressive here. There is one here from central Pennsylvania. I'll save that for tomorrow night. And we'll show it to you tomorrow night. All right, folks, this has been Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow night on the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, Encounters. Have a good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Take care.